Hi everyone, welcome back to the controversial podcast. Well, in today's podcast, we'll be talking about Advocate Defo. This is the guy who once represented one of the suspects in the Senzo Mayua murder trial, and Advocate Defo is back.
Yes, my name is Big Master Ditepo. What brought me here, Your Chief, is that I want to bring the application for amicus curiae to be the front of court. Let me say simple terms, not the same much about Latin, to be the front of court in this matter. The reason is that I'm informed that the accused they are here to apply for the realization of their bail conditions. So, as a result of that, firstly, I'm also the accused. Another matter whereby your brother is appearing, acting chief Mashami. My matter is on the 22nd of October, next week Tuesday. So the reason for me being here and bringing this application is on the basis of the fact that the applicants are very dangerous people. I was in jail. They are part of sending me in jail. And when I was in jail, they were monitoring my communication in jail. Whereby Mr. Kumalo, the Divisional Commissioner, accused number one in this matter. He appointed Brigadier Moyano.
You know, it's been reported that he was struck off the roll as an advocate. That was really unfortunate and unfair to him because the guy was really working hard in the Sensomia murder trial. You know, a lot of people were treating him like a crazy person, but I feel like he was on the right direction because he was trying to prove a point that Bheki Cele, the former minister of the SAPS, and General Sibiya were implicated in the Sensomia murder trial. Apparently, unfortunately, he was arrested. You know, you remember that drama that happened? Defo was arrested in court, and that was a painful experience. After that arrest, he accused Bheki Cele and Sibiya. He said they are trying to silence him because he opened a case against Bheki Cele. Remember that whole saga? I'm not gonna focus on that one, but the guy is back and he's very angry. I really felt for him, especially when he was in jail. We've had a lot of things. Thanks to Bongani Masuku, the infotainment podcast was updating us about Advocate Defo. The guy almost spent a year, if I'm not mistaken, in jail, and his kids had to stop going to school because they didn't have money to pay the school fees. Like, it was a lot. It was painful and a lot. He even stated that while he was arrested, his brother passed away. So now, Defo had an interview, I think about a week ago, on 702, and apparently, according to his own investigation, the suspended SAPS minister Senzo Mchunu is clean, is actually not corrupt. He blamed the former SAPS minister Bheki Cele. He said he's the one who brought Sibiya as the deputy commissioner under crime detection, and apparently that post was vacant for a long time just because Bheki Cele wanted to retract Sibiya to be on that post, apparently, so that they can do shady dealings. This is where I differ with him because he believes that Senzo Mchunu is innocent and he wasn't involved with the likes of Matlala because the person who was involved with Vusi Muzika Matlala was Cele and Sibiya. He further stated that Mchunu was crucified for cleaning up Cele's mess. He said that Senzo Mchunu was consulting with the likes of Matlalas so that he can understand their story. That's why Mchunu cancelled the 360 million rand tender. You know, he said a lot of things on that interview and claimed that Matlala is not South African and was given the SA identity document by the ANC people. Of which that is strange because the Eswatini news publication came out and said the government of Eswatini does not know Ket Matlala. That was fraud. Ket Matlala fraudulently obtained the Eswatini ID, so I don't know where he's getting all of that, because it was also on the news. Cat Matlala is indeed a South African guy. So I really don't understand when he says Matlala is not South African. He went to Pretoria's Regional Court, where the crime intelligence boss, Dumisani Khumalo, and two of his accused were there to ask the magistrate to relax their bail conditions. Advocate Difa is claiming that Khumalo is the one who arrested him and his team. Apparently, went there and told the court that I'm going to be the friend of the court. So Khumalo and his co-accused have been implicated in a fraud and corruption scandal related to the appointment of a 30-year-old Dineo Mukwele into a specialized position within crime intelligence, despite not having any previous policing experience. That's why I differ with him, because if you've been watching or following the Madlanga Commission and also the ad hoc committee for SAPS, the KZN Provincial Commissioner made it clear that General Khumalo was arrested just because he was trying to arrest the Big Five cartel. Apparently, there's some rogue element in the crime intelligence. Not only that, they have discovered criminal cartels, including drug cartels. That's why they arrested General Khumalo, apparently. Even though we were taken by surprise by the appointment of a 30-year-old Dineo Mukwele. Apparently, this Dineo Mukwele was working in the BMW. I guess Khumalo has to actually tell the nation why they appointed this young lady. If you've been following Advocate Difa, he's been mentioning Khumalo and Cele that are behind his arrest, and they've treated him unfairly there. Apparently, he was also poisoned while he was in prison. It is really unfortunate. I just wish CBA and Cele can just be arrested for what they did to him. But I really don't know how Khumalo was working with those criminals, because Khumalo is working with the KZN Provincial Commissioner, General Ndlela Mkhwanazi, and they want Sibiya to account. They want Sibiya to go to jail. They've stated a lot of things about Sibiya. Sibiya's involvement with Vusimuzi Matlala. Sibiya was recently questioned at the ad hoc committee, and the guy was like, I know nothing about this guy. For me, I feel like Sibiya is very cocky. I've said it before, he does not know his job, and he is a criminal if you've seen the evidence that have been brought at the Madlanga Commission and also at the ad hoc committee. So yeah, it seems like it was just a cadre deployment, because he even stated that always attending the January 8 statement event, of which that was strange, the top cop attending the political parties event. So I really don't understand when Difa says he's the friend of the court, Khumalo is the one behind his arrest and all of that. I'm just going to put a clip.
Yes.
Do you have a response to the objection?
I do have a response, Yes. I'm appearing here not as the counsel, as the applicant who is a normal citizen in this country, law-abiding citizen, who has been harassed and been persecuted. So hence I'm saying I'm not objecting to that. I was saying that if I cannot seize this opportunity today, Worship, I'll be overtaken by the events. Because if this court can proceed to extend that the application of the applicants here be granted, that the bail condition be relaxed, because chief among the bail conditions that
I want you to reply to the objection which issues of authority allowed to bring the procedure the performance.
Just the last thing. Just the last thing is that yes, I was fearing that I may be overtaken by the events if I come later. So I'm amenable to bring the application in writing. So if this is not going to happen today, there will be a postponement. Then I'll be fine, and the court can make a ruling in terms of who release the one to file and all those things.
At this stage, I will not make a ruling as to whether or not a person can join criminal proceedings at the end of the court. But if we can afford to put an application, I will sufficient.
What does the friend of the court mean, actually? I'm just gonna check Google, hey? Just like how Sibiya did with Brown Mokhotsi. Instead of profiling the guy and finding information about him, he just Googled him. So according to Google, it says that a friend of the court is a person or organization that is not a direct party to a legal case but is allowed by the court to offer information or expertise to assist with a complex matter. This role is voluntary. The friend of the court is not a plaintiff, defendant, or other official party to the lawsuit. They provide information, expertise, or insight that is relevant to the case, especially in areas where the court may lack specialized knowledge. So now I'm really confused, guys, because we still want Kumalo at the Matlang Commission because they have revealed explosive information. We now know that Vusi Muzi Ket Matlala had sensitive information of Cyril Ramaphosa. I think it was ID numbers, and he shared that information with the case at N Hawk's boss. I think it's Sinone, something like that. So I don't know, like, whether he's an agent, he's trying to distract us. Like, we would really, really want to know as a country who are these big five cartels, because I think Kumalo is going to reveal that our president is also the part of the big five cartel. So I'm just speculating, hey, don't quote me on that one. You know, if you've heard General Ndlela Mkhwanazi, ever since he came out on the 6th of July, he revealed explosive information, like explosive allegations. And we have learned that he once presented his case on the 5th of March this year at the SAPS ad hoc committee, and no one listened to him. Now, chairperson of that ad hoc committee is Ian Cameron, the DA Member of Parliament. Mkhwanazi accused Ms. Kola Barnett of revealing sensitive information. She revealed that information into the public. You know, he said a lot of things about DA members. He also accused Glynis Brattenberg. He actually said she's the one who was responsible of withdrawing charges against Mhlulu in 2011. I really don't understand why Advocate Tifo is doing this. I kind of feel sad for him. I believe in him. I think he's a good lawyer. I know he's misunderstood sometimes. You know, he takes longer to explain and all of that. But I think he's a good lawyer. I know people laugh at him, laugh about his English. Like, what the heck? To those South Africans who are laughing the guy for not being fluent in English. English is not our first language, guys. I don't think we should do that. But I think Advocate Divi should be given a chance to go back and work. It is really painful because this guy is married and has kids. He has to support his family. So I think they should stop what they're doing to him and allow him to go back to work. Let me know in the comment section. Let's be respectful on the comment section. Please like this video, share it, and subscribe. I'm loving your comments though, whether you agree with me, whether you disagree with me. I'm happy. Okay? Bye.